Hi and welcome back to Naturally Catholic. If you're new here, my name is Heather. I'm a mother of four. I homeschool, I stay at home, I'm a homemaker, all of the above. And my channel is mainly about those things. I also do cloth diapering, so I talk a little bit about that here. And my husband and I do videos occasionally from time to time over our faith. So if you're interested in any of that, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell at the top of the page so that you can be notified anytime I put a video out. And let's get on to the video. Okay, so this video is going to be about preschool and how to homeschool a preschool, where to start, what to do, some of the things that I've picked up along the way that I think will be encouraging and helpful for you if this is your first time homeschooling. So if you don't know, I have a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a almost 4-year-old. I also have a little one who is about a year and a half, but she is not in the mix of homeschool yet. She is kind of our teacher's assistant slash distractor. So we have a few things that we've done over the years that I've picked up and collected that I think are pretty helpful if you're getting started. So let's talk about those things. All right, so jumping into it, I have about 10 things here for you guys that I have listed. And so the first thing I want to talk about is binder. So we have done notebooks in the past, but something that I've done this year that really has worked is created a binder system. So this is for my pre-K'er, since that's what we're talking about. I'm just going to cover his last name, our last name here. And I have his name on the front. So the reason I'm showing you that is because I think it's important to establish excitement and helping them to feel like they are part of the classroom and they are like a big kid and they get to do homeschool with everybody. So making them feel special and putting their name on a binder and letting them know that this is your special binder and you're a big boy now and you get to do school with us, I think is a very great thing to do. It gives them it encourages them, it gives them confidence, and it makes them feel like they are part of the classroom environment, because they are. So that is something I do for my little one. If you open up into my binder here, I have a chore chart. Now, he can't read, okay? So I have to read this off to him, but it's a great way to get them to get used to the idea of having organization in your binder and also following a chart. So this is our chore chart, and I read it to him. These are things that are age appropriate for a 4-year-old. And something I do whenever he finishes his schoolwork is that I put all of the finished schoolwork on this side. You can also get like a binder to put on this side, but or not a binder, I'm sorry. You can get a folder to put all their finished work and labeled finished, whatever. I choose to just put it in here, and then I take it out at the end of the week and I file that away. Depending on what state you live in, you may have to show proof of schoolwork that you're doing. In the state that I'm in, that is not something that is necessary. So I file it away, I keep what I want, and I discard anything else. Again, he has the same things my older kids have. Our loop schedule, again, cannot read. But it's the idea of getting him used to following charts and schedules. So I have that here, and then I have these pocket folders that I have his schoolwork in. So this first one is going to be math. Oh, that's actually not. Okay, so this is the first one, and this is math. This is something that I have purchased from Seton Books. So if you haven't seen my review over Seton and that's something that you're interested in, you can go check that out. I do a full review over the Seton curriculum for grades 4, 2, and pre-K. Just to give you a little peek into this is the math. So for math, we have our numbers, and we're tracing, we're counting, and then they have a worksheet on the opposite side that works with the number that we are practicing. So this is what our math looks like. I do incorporate other things as far as math goes. You know, we really try to focus, like that one page for the rest of the week, we'll focus on counting anything that has to do with like 10 items or writing our 10. And another trick that you can use is your window. If you have a window and you don't have a marker board, get some Expo markers and just draw on the window with an Expo marker. It works just fine. It cleans up just fine. I've done that. I still do that from time to time. It's fun for them. Here is our pre-primer workbook. So this is a little above his age. He's almost 4, not quite 4. So we are working in this some, but we are pausing and taking breaks. So we'll do like one box one day, and the next day we'll do the next box. So it takes us about a week to do a page, but that's because it's just a little advanced for him. But that's okay, because if he gets it, then we keep going. If he doesn't get it, then we stop where we need to. This is word recognition, so he's doing okay in this. Like I said, we stop and pause when we need to, but that's what this is. So I focus on 4 core subjects with my little ones. I do handwriting, spelling, math, and English. I do incorporate vocab as well, but that's something that I do on the board. I don't buy curriculum for that. I just get a dictionary and I pick words out of it, and then we do that on the board and we review it. And so that's how I do vocab. There is curriculum for vocab, but that's just how I choose to do it, because curriculum is very expensive. So sometimes you have to get creative. This is the Do It Carefully book. So this is just going to help him practice his letters, letter recognition, and recognizing and associating the big letters with the little letters. I also don't call them capital and lowercase, which some people might be like, well, you probably want to teach them from the start the right way. But for me, that's just something that I've done with my older kids, and at the age they're at now, it's easier for them to grasp big and little and those types of things, opposed to like remembering capitalization, lowercase letters. So that's what I do. Again, this is just going over, sounds of animals, how to write your name, which one's larger, which one's smaller. So this is the Do It Carefully. And that is going to be it as far as workbooks. A few extra things I have here is just an expo sheet here. And I actually bought this as a huge pack, and it was like a big, like a spiral type thing, and it had a bunch of these in here, and they ripped out the bindings. So I got creative and cut them in half and decided to still keep them. So that is what it was like this. And so you had like a whole flip through, but this is what we do. And I just time him on how quickly he can find like the things in the pictures. And that's what he does for his schoolwork. I do have a big, chart that has all of the letters in it that we review every day, and then the next day we just keep reviewing it. So it's all about consistency and reviewing and taking it slow, because sometimes it can feel very overwhelming for you and for them too. If you're going too fast or expecting them to like grab and grasp everything that you're teaching them, just remember they're 3 and 4. If you're starting with a 5-year-old, then you just kind of go with the pace that they're learning. But 3 and 4-year-olds, if you start there for pre-K, just remember that it is very hard for them to grasp just 5 minutes of having your attention. Okay, so we talked about Big Kid binder, and we talked about the things that I do in the binder. So, and that is the order that I go in, unless he wants to do something different. So if he says, I don't want to do math right now, I want to do my letters, and I say, okay, let's do letters. And that leads me into my next thing, being super excited for everything. If you're not someone who's like a super excited person, then don't like force that. But I would say try to be exciting and try to get them excited, because if they're excited about it and you make it fun and exciting, then they're obviously going to want to be excited with you and learn more. All right, so aside from being really excited, give them tons of praise. When they do something that they've gotten right, give them tons of praise. Even if they don't get it right away, you say, that's okay, let's try it again, I'll help you, mommy will help you. And then you do it again, and if they get it right, you say, great job, that's awesome. And then you give them praise, because that is very encouraging, and that's gonna keep them wanting to keep going and keep learning. So make sure you're giving them tons of praise. So a few other things that I like to do is make sounds when we're learning our letters, and there's also a ton of little catchy ways that you can do this. In our math book, for instance, there are catchy little phrases that you can use when you're learning your letters. For instance, number 8 says, make an S but do not wait, climb back up to make an 8. So this is a way that you can show them how to write an 8, and it's exciting and it's fun, and it's a little rhyme that they will learn. Also, the number 7 is across the sky and down from heaven, this is how we make our 7. So come up with some clever little ways to teach them how to write their numbers or their letters, make some sounds when you're doing things. Really try to be as theatrical as you can to grasp their attention, and also use a loud voice. that I've noticed gets my kids' attention, especially the little ones. It just gets them like, oh, mom's talking, okay, I need to pay attention. And then on the point of sound and voice, use songs. So I don't make up my own songs. I'm terrible at making things up like that, but I do like to utilize YouTube for things like days of the week or like months of the year. Also, there is the, what is it called? Going on a bear hunt, going on a bear hunt song that you can find on YouTube. So incorporating those fun little things that kind of break it up from sitting at a table and getting them up and dancing and moving, that's very exciting too for a pre-K'er. So maybe try to look on YouTube for some good songs and fun things to incorporate like days of the week and months of the year. Another way you can homeschool your preschooler is by bringing them to the library and letting them pick out books and making it about reading and sitting on the floor with them and picking out picture books and pointing out the things in the picture book and asking them what they think and telling them to illustrate back to you what the book is saying and what they think is going on. So really trying to just kind of take it slow and get on their level and just open up a good book and try to get them excited about reading. So utilize your library. I love our library. We go every single week. It's not just great for my preschooler, it's also great for my older kids. They love it. So check that out as well. Okay, when you're reading your books, something that really helps is snacks. So all kids are snackers. I know mine are. So something I like to do is make a little snack tray for my kiddos. This is just finger foods. It's nothing messy, but like, you know, oranges or apple slices, carrots, grapes, cheese, something that they can just grab and kind of snack on while we're reading. If I'm reading, I set it on the floor or a little table for them so that they can just pick at it. But always get snacks because a hungry kid does not want to learn. So that is a good tip that I live by every single day. Always have snacks for those kiddos. All right, this is the last tip I have for you is to be realistic. If something is not working, do not force it. If it is too much, then just take a break, pause, and come back to it. Don't feel like you have to do everything that was on your checklist, because realistically, it is probably not going to go the way that you think it's going to go at first. So don't give up and just be realistic with yourself and with your life and your home and things that are going on inside your home and with your preschooler. That is probably the best tip that I can give you, is to just take it slow, be realistic, and do what you can, and don't give up. Persevere and do the best that you can. Okay, you guys, that is going to be it. That's all of my tips, my best tips that I can give to you. If you're new, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to pray for you. Also, stay connected with me and ask me any questions that you have. That's why I'm here. I love giving this advice. I love having a community of other homeschoolers. It's something that I'm incredibly passionate about. So ask me the questions. I don't know everything, but the things that I do know, I would love to help you out. And until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and God bless.